Harlem before the...
Harlem, New York, early 930s. This wasn't just a neighborhood. This was a community struggling to survive among poverty, discrimination, and a legal system that wasn't meant for them. In Harlem, people didn't ask, "What does the law say?" They asked, "Will there be peace tomorrow?" And it was in this context that a clash occurred not between two individuals, but between two ways of controlling the underworld. On one side was Harlem. On the other was the white mafia from the Bronx. In the middle was a name, Ellsworth Raymond Bumpy Johnson.
The press started taking attention.
According to New York newspaper articles and investigative records from that period, Harlem thrived on a system called numbers games. It was an illegal form of gambling, but for the people of Harlem, it was more than just gambling. It was income, hope, and a kind of bank for the poor. Thousands of families depended on it. The person in charge of this system was Stephanie St. Clair, a woman known for her toughness and organization, and the person who ensured everything ran smoothly on the streets was Bumpy Johnson. According to many historical documents, Harlem at that time had a fragile order, informal but effective, and it was this order that attracted the attention of an outsider.
Dutch Schultz saw Harlem.
Dutch Schultz was a familiar name in the New York press. A Bronx mob boss. Known for violence, rapid territorial expansion, and a dislike of rejection. According to newspaper articles and federal investigative records, Schultz saw Harlem as an unchecked source of profit. He didn't come to ask. He came to take. Schultz's henchmen began storming into numbers game venues, threatening collectors, forcing venue owners to transfer revenue. Some who refused were publicly assaulted. The New York press at the time described Harlem as entering a period of extreme tension.
Harlem before the...
What is noteworthy and has been noted in the press is Harlem did not erupt into gunfire. There were no open shootouts like Schultz had in the Bronx. According to many historical accounts, this is where Bumpy Johnson played a pivotal role. He didn't appear in the news as a mercenary. He appeared in investigative reports as someone who reorganized the system. Bumpy warned about the numbers game points, changed the way things operated, limited direct confrontations. The message was clear. If Harlem descended into chaos, the police would return on a larger scale, and then nobody would win.
The press started taking attention.
Newspapers like the New York Amsterdam News began reporting on the presence of outside gangs, threats related to numbers games, and simmering tensions within the Harlem community. Dutch Schultz's name appeared in connection with violence. While Harlem surprisingly remained relatively stable, this led investigators to ask who was keeping Harlem from collapsing. And the answer, though not always prominently featured in the press, appeared repeatedly in the records. Bumpy Johnson.
Schultz falls.
In 1935, Dutch Schultz was assassinated in Newark, New Jersey. This event was widely reported throughout the United States. For Harlem, this was not the end. It was a power vacuum. According to historical records, it is noteworthy that Harlem did not descend into chaos after Schultz's death. The number game system continued to operate. Major conflicts did not erupt. This suggests that Harlem had been prepared in advance.
Consequences and legacy.
After 1935, many historical sources note that Bumpy Johnson quickly became a key intermediary in new deals. Not because he was the most powerful, but because he proved one thing: he could keep Harlem stable during its most dangerous period. For the underworld, that was a rare form of power. Later press and researchers often refer to the Schultz-Harlem period as the defining moment in Bumpy Johnson's historical position.
A confrontation without guns.
The clash between Bumpy Johnson and Dutch Schultz is not remembered for the big battles. It is remembered for what didn't happen. There was no open war, no Harlem drenched in blood, only pressure, organization, and decisions made in the shadows. And that is what makes this story one of the clearest examples of how power operates in the American underworld.
The story you just heard is a historical reconstruction based on events documented in the press and records. In the following sections, we will continue to explore the people and the deals that shaped the American underworld of the 20th century.